Okay, there we go. Welcome everybody to Coffee and Art in the Morning. I'm Dee Dee, and there goes the phone. 1 second. Hey, I just hit record. Can I call you back? Bye. Okay. Good, great timing as usual. Anyway, so what I want to do is go ahead and I have a whole bunch of art cards started, my mixed media collage cards. And so I wanted to go ahead because these were already on my desk from last night. I want to go ahead and glue everything down, and then I want to probably work on my art scroll drawing something. So I'm just going to go ahead and just hang out. And if y'all are watching this recording, it's recorded live on Ustream with live chat and live people. And so yeah, and I didn't even tweet it. Oh well. Uh, so anyway, what I'm going to do is just go ahead and chat and glue for a little while. Oh, I need a card to mash everything down. And okay, I'm knocking everything off. Find a card that doesn't have too much paint on it, so it'll scrape. There we go. Ugh. So yeah, so it's hey Annabelle, it's a live show with live people. So I'm just going to sit here and glue and chat for a while, and then I'll work on a drawing project. So hey Annabelle, Tammy, anybody else popping in? Thanks for being here. Like I said, I'm just going to glue for a few minutes, and then oh, I didn't put anything on the back. Did I put that on the back? Glue for a few minutes, and then I will go on to another drawing project. But this was all covering my desk, so I have to do it real quick. So we'll just chat. Hope everybody's doing good. Oh, thanks, CB. Yeah, I didn't get, and some of these I just have a couple of pieces. Let me just go ahead and glue a couple of things down here. Got a couple calendar pieces, some watches that I haven't even really finished yet, but I want to get these backgrounds on here. So yeah, I still have to finish that last batch of cards I did. I I haven't painted the backgrounds or anything yet. Yeah, got to get crack-a-lack in here. It's kind of, let's see, let me tilt the camera down just a little. There we go. Do I want it like that, or do I want it, I think I want it turned. So what's everybody else working on lately? I use golden matte medium for glue. Yeah, it's the same process. I mean, sometimes I try to tell everybody everything I do every time, but because I do this so often, it's the same process every time that sometimes I forget because I guess I figure everybody knows because I've done it so much, you know? Hey, 3G. So that's what I'm doing right now, is just gluing some of these loose, these are all loose pieces that I've laid out. And I had them laying here since last night, so I needed to glue them down before I could work on another project. I didn't want to try to move all this, is what I'm saying. So I'm gonna just kind of breeze through these this gluing real quick. And I'm going to try to keep my nails from getting too crusted up with matte medium. Yeah, if y'all have any questions, put them in caps. I have to get another. Fold this. Go through a few sheets of paper towels. Wax paper. Two glues. Yes, yes. That is one of the best tips I could tell you for gluing, is to put the glue on the card. I'm doing both sizes at the same time here. Feel that. Put the glue on the card, on the back of whatever you're gluing, and over the top of it. And then mash it down with a card. And that will, you won't have any bubbles or wrinkles or anything like that. And then if you hit it with the heat gun too, and you paint the back, and you put paint on it, because I paint up, on top of all this. How early is it for me there? I usually start streaming. It's 9, Rain. It's not, well, it's 9:10, but yeah, I usually start streaming at 9 a.m. Eastern. And hope you're doing well, Rain, too. I haven't seen you a while. Guess since the retreat. I saw y'all at the retreat. So, yeah, I'm just going to get some of this stuff glued down because I want to get it off my desk. So. Hey, Sherry, I saw you tweet that you were up at 4 a.m. Oh my gosh. Hey, Carol, anybody else popping in? Thanks everybody for being here. Right now, I'm trying to finish gluing up these cards, my little mixed media art cards, before I do a drawing project. But they were all over my desk since last night. So, I didn't want to move them loose. So it's going to take me, 20 minutes or so maybe. But I thought I'd just chat because sometimes when I'm drawing or doing some projects, it's a little harder to chat, because I'm working on stuff and it's hard to sometimes chat. So I'm just going to get some of these started. Couldn't remember what time zone. Yeah, I'm in Eastern time zone. Hey, Z. Yeah, Z, aren't you taking a class? Is it with Seth? Seth Apter, I think is how you pronounce it. Are you taking a class with him, Z? I try to read Twitter and keep up, but it scrolls, that goes by pretty fast too. If you're not mentioned in it, it's hard sometimes to keep up with everybody. I do my best. I think that's who you're taking a class with. Share it Sunday night. Okay. Okay, good. All right, let me do this one. This one's the one Cass liked. I'm gonna have to get some more wax paper out. She liked that I had the fox and the girl. You know what? I actually like that better than that. I'm going with it that way. Oh, I don't know if Sherry allowed links or not. Yeah, does anybody know anything about how Windows 10 is doing? I'm just going to try to chill and get these done, read a little chat. Hey, Lisa, welcome home. We've missed you. Missed you, Miss Lisa. To get out some more glue, some more matte medium. I said to wait 2 years before you. Okay, a few more here. Let's see. Try to pile them up. I never got Windows 8. Even when I bought a new laptop, I waited an extra week so I could have Windows 7 still on it, on it without the update, without getting a new one. So I've never even tried Windows 8. Yeah, it's good to have you back, Lisa. It's not the same when one of the members of the family aren't around, you know? But yeah, but I did have a good time with Annie and, the family. We went to the lake and all that. It was nice. Hot. Very hot. All right, where's that little bit of sun? I have a piece of a watch there. Where'd it go? Very, very hot. I sat in the shade most of the time drawing. I did get out on the boat, but it was very hot. Okay, I had a little watch piece somewhere here, just flew away. Have to get some glue now. And some more wax paper, I think. Okay, all right, Z. Thanks for stopping in. I know, Brenda, me too. Okay, let's see here. Let me get another fresh piece of wax paper and some more glue. It'll just take a few more minutes to finish gluing these down. Because like I said, I didn't want to have to try to move all this without gluing it. So, from last night. pour out too much. That should be enough. Hey, Janet. And if you're just coming in, like I said, I am recording, but I'm not doing a project yet except for gluing some collage elements down for some more art cards. But I wanted to do a drawing project today, but this stuff's sitting all over my desk from last night. So I thought I'd go ahead, just take a few minutes to put this on. Glue these things down. I'm thinking I like this right here. There we go. But it's not the project I want to do today. Let's see. What else do I have over here to glue? That little girl. I think I want that under. Okay. Maybe 10 will be easier than 8. I'm getting there. I have them all laid out, so yeah, that's probably a good idea too, Kathy. So yeah, I'm not really talking about what I'm doing here because I just did a video on all this the other day. So, you know, how I do the whole process of these. And I'm just kind of catching up. Crack-a-lackin'. I need that other little watch part. I don't know what happened to it. Let me find another one. Here's one that's good. Got me a little assembly line going here. Hey, Miss Mindy. Hey, Brenda Blue. Good to see you too. Lisa, is your dock out of water, or the walkway to the dock out of water yet? Did it dry out enough to get you so that you could get to the boat dock? I saw that picture before you left. Turn this plastic, move this over here. Okay, do I have any more small ones? Oh, here, let me see. Do I have anything left to glue on a small? Here we go. Nope. There we go. I got a couple of larger 4x6 ones left, and then I'm done. I'll just trim them up, and they'll be ready to go. I got some Happy Mail to show. All right, let me move these out of the way. Let's see, that one's done. I'm kind of far away, but I plan on bringing out my scroll, my animal art scroll, to draw on today, so that's why I'm kind of far away. Plus, you can just see the whole big mess. Oh, let's see. I think I want, do I want him? I think I'll put him right there. I think I want that under there too. A little. There we go. About another foot to go. Okay. Yeah, I was wondering if you're going to be able to get to it. Alrighty. Just a couple more to go. I wanted to make some room on my desk. I want that under that. And I'll have some room to do some other things. And then I'll show you, in case you missed it, on the last show, the cards that we finished. I don't know yet. I want to draw an animal, Rain, but I don't know what one yet. I haven't really thought about what animal. I just know I want to draw an animal. I did draw a frog a few days ago in the scroll. I did do that. That to show, and some Happy Mail. I haven't really done. I went to the bookstore, but I didn't find anything. I looked at that color book wall. I don't know if y'all saw the tweet, but Books A Million now has a adult coloring section, adult coloring book section. I did tweet a picture of it, so it's on my Twitter if you go back in my Twitter feed. But yeah, but I had just bought, a few color books the last couple of weeks, so I didn't buy another one, but I did look them all over. But there's still some in the art section too. They keep a lot of them over there. They're still in the art section. All right, let me get a fresh baby wipe to clean my hands off a little. I think I'm done here, at least for now. Put my brush back in the water. Okay. A platypus. I don't know. I'll look and see. You're thinking the same thing. All right, I might have to get my craft scrubby out to get some of this off my nails. I'm trying to scrub as much off as I can. Matte, that's the one thing about the golden matte medium. It works good, but it's heck to get off your hands. But the craft scrubby does work well. Okay, so there we go. Let me put that over there. And where's a towel to dry my nails? Okay, 1 second. Let me put this away. All right. I didn't finish all of them, but I think I've got enough going here for now. Let's see. Hello, other Lynn. Lynn R. Okay, there's that. All right, so I still have a few little good pieces left. I got my cards, leftover cards, ready to do the next batch. Let me put the glue thing away. Excuse the squeaky chair. It is what it is. Oh, I need those scissors. All right, so let me go ahead and trim these down, and then I'll show you these, and then I'll also show you the ones that we did the other day. Again, if you're just joining me, I'm just trying to finish up these start of these mixed media art cards, another batch that I started last night that were all sitting on my table this morning, so I had to glue them down. I didn't want to move them with loose pieces all over it. So let me just trim these down real quick. They're dry enough that they're not getting mushy. I mean, if you just like literally just put the matte medium on and you try to cut it, it's kind of mushy. So if you wait just a couple of minutes, it sets up enough for you to cut it without mushing them into your scissors. Let me trim them. I'll show you what I got, and I'll show you the ones we finished the other day. Hey, Julie, I know her last name's not Topaz. How you doing? That one doesn't have anything to trim. That one doesn't have anything to trim. I'm actually looking forward to, I have $20 in Staples rewards from turning in ink cartridges. I'm going to spend that baby on some school supplies. Just saying. I love school supplies. A lot of us do, I know. So I have for 20 bucks I'm going to spend on school supplies tomorrow. When we go out, Hubster and I always go out on Saturdays and do our grocery shopping and stuff. So any questions? See what's popped in? If you have any questions, put them in caps. I do try to catch as much of the chat as I can while I'm working, but you know, if it's not in caps, I can't guarantee that I'll see it. don't do well, go show. Well, you need the app. Ella, you need the app. Let me show you. Oh. That's what you need. The whip app. Get crack-a-whacking. Now, you know what my favorite one to do on a Hubster? The favorite one I like to use on Hubster. Let me see if I can get it. Okay. And I found this one from Blade, the Artistic Biker. Let me see here. It's called, what is this one called? The Pocket Sitcom. It's got all kinds of sounds like that. Applause and laughter, all that kind of thing. Like if you're watching you know, those those sitcoms where they're piped in applause and all that. Yeah. That's my favorite. Well, I still love my whip app though too. It's just fun. Okay, almost got them done here. I need a lightsaber. Yeah, a real one, right? Hey, Deb. Oh my goodness. Could have sworn I just heard. You did hear a cricket. You did hear a cricket. It was on my app. It was on my sitcom app, Deb. You did hear a cricket. Okay, let's see, a couple more. But yeah, I love school supplies. So I will be spending my Staples reward money on a couple more cards that I didn't glue things to. On school supplies, pens, pencils. I'm out of Ticonderogas. All right. Well, that didn't take too long. It took about 30 minutes for me to do all those cards to get those started. Get a focus thing here so that my camera has something to focus on. There we go. So let's check chat. Yeah, I got some of those big bold crystals. I have some of those. I don't use them like I should. I need to use them more. Let me get another baby wipe here. I still got some of that stuff on my hands. Yeah, no, it was on the app, Deb. Yeah, I hope they all have well, I don't know, Deb. Right now, they're going to UK. There's a group of them going, let's see, I think Happy Die. Y'all can help me out here. Sister Woman Jonna, Darcy. Who else is going? Happy Die. Who else is going to the UK? There's some girls going over there for some kind of a retreat. I mean, it's not like well, I guess you could call it a retreat, but I think it's a couple of day workshop over there. And then they're going to get to meet a lot of the girls over there. I think I saw Darcy UK and Moomy. Who else? Fiona. I'm trying to think of who else is going to meet up with them one day in London. Well, I think some of them are leaving today. And somebody named Wendy. I don't know Wendy. I think someone mentioned Wendy's already gone over there. So I don't know her. But I think some of them leave today. Oh, okay. That's good to know, Lynn. Yeah, but I have $20 in Staples rewards, so I can get them for free. Just those. Okay, thanks, Sherry. Hello, again. I didn't want to call you Schmlack. I forgot your name. All right, let me show you all the cards that I've done. Thanks everybody for stopping in this morning. I'll show you the ones that I've worked on, the ones that still have to be done. Oh, here's a couple more cards. Let me put those in the rubber band here. Keep them all together. And then I'll do we're going to draw some. Sophia. Okay, let me write that down again. I thought I had it written down, but you know. Okay. Thanks, Sherry. Okay. So I have, these are the ones that I just glued down. Then we'll show the Happy Mail next. And I know I'm kind of far away, guys, but that's because I'm going to put out the art scroll to work on. So, okay, so these are just the little ones that are, you know, I just got some starts going here for making some little stories in them. I'm going to go fast. And I can, like this one needs some more stuff, but this was just the stuff I had laid out already from last night. So I wanted to at least get this stuff glued down. Can always go back and glue some more, add some more. And here's the larger ones. Just that I know I'm upside down, I think. And we'll have fun painting these in. So those are the ones that I just glued down today. I also glued down the other day these few, which I still haven't, you know, painted or done anything with. And then these are the ones that well, now this one's not done either. This one's not painted in. That was from the other day as well. And then these are the ones that we painted the other day. And I did post these and tweet. I haven't painted the backs or varnished them or anything. But hopefully you can see them there. Let's see. The sun just came out, so it's really flashed out. But these are the ones that we finished the other day. And it's all the same process. So, yeah, so there's a video, I think it's my last video that we did these cards. Okay. And so I got these now to work to turn into these. All right. So, let's put all that aside for now. Show my Happy Mail that I got here. Let's see. These are from Jilly. Jilly. I never say it right. Is she here? Yeah, Jilly. Gilly. I know it's Jilly, right? Okay, thanks. She said, one of the girls said, thanks for introducing it to pocket letters. Although I don't know that any of us really put letters in them. They're more just pocket pages. And your daughter and all her friends are swapping. Oh, that's great. That's so neat, Sophia. Okay, so anyway, I think it's Jilly. But because it has a G, I want to say Gilly, but I'm pretty sure it's Jilly. So I'm seeing if she's in here. You wrote real letters, Janet? Yeah. Yeah, and the swap, Janet, you did wrote real letters? No, either. So they just make ATCs and swap embellishments and stuff. Yeah. Okay. So anyway, she didn't think these were really that good, but I think they're great. She says she tries to get into chat as much as she can. She misses us when she can't. Um, yeah, Jilly. Okay, so here's the card she made. You know, let me make sure my chat's not frozen. Put a test in there. Okay. No, not Jilly. Gilly. Okay, so you can help me out. I know there's a Gil. It is Gilly. Okay, Gilly. Okay, I gotta write that down again. Okay. Okay. All right. Good. Okay. Thanks, Gilly. Okay, so here's the cards that she made, and they're just really, really nice, and they're like can be for all kinds of things. It is good to write the letters, Janet, for sure. So this one says the way to know life is to love many things, and that's from a Van Gogh quote. And they're I don't know what it's chalking or what, but they have a nice feel to them, like a velvety feel. So look how pretty. They're just lovely. Lovely. This one says, believe you can, and you're halfway there. Theodore Roosevelt. Love all the little birds. Look at that. It's like flocks. Hey, Carrie. How's it going? Oh, if I missed anybody popping in. So isn't that pretty? Look at that. I know, aren't they? They are beautiful, CB. This one says smile. Just good cheer up kind of cards, you know? See if she says what she used on them. Yeah. This one says live well, laugh often, love much. A little owl. I love these backgrounds. Look. And they just feel nice. Just feel good. Yeah. I know, right? And then this one says, you cannot have too much happiness. And these feel kind of, they're not embossed, but it just feels, I can't explain it. They feel velvety. Aren't they pretty? I know. Hi, Lilith. Aren't they pretty? So thanks for sending those in. Hey, HD. Are you packed? Are you packed, HD? So, and then she had it in a nice, envelope. I won't show the other side, the addresses. She had them all wrapped up in this pretty tissue paper with a pretty string and a nice letter. So thanks so much, Gilly. I know the girls will, and all the cards get sent out eventually. They all get sent out. Birthday, get well, thinking of you. So thanks for sharing. Very, very, very sweet. I know. So I wanted to see if HD said that she's packed, working on it. Working on it. Okay, so anyway, yeah, so thanks for just y'all hanging out for a few minutes while I did those cards. Now maybe we could do some drawing or something. Make some space here. To bring out the art scroll, which I need to fix the roll here. Hang on. Sitting over in the corner. Hey, Vicky L. Oh, you're welcome for the birthday card. You probably got one of Eileen's, if I'm not mistaken. Either Eileen's or Carla's. The name should be on the back. I've been trying to make sure everybody's name's on the back when I send out the card so you can see who did it. All right, let me roll the scroll the whole way down so you can see the whole thing. It was so nice to see the retreat gals. All right, so again, my scroll, all it is a roll of shipping paper. It's 30 inches wide, but I threw the package away, so I can't remember how much is on there. But look, there is a lot. Whoa, went out the other end. There is a lot of paper on there. Look at all that paper. There's a lot of paper, and the thing is only like $3.50, and that's without a coupon. It's just normally $3.50. Now, granted, it's shipping paper. It's not going to be acid-free and all that, but it's great for, yeah, Orla, yeah, it was fun when Denise was here. So anyway, it's not going to be acid-free and all that, but it's great for sketching on. And I'm just trying to do some different animal sketches here on Ustream. I thought this was a great way to do it. But when I first started, I thought it would be great to do it this way. Now, I just glued on an extra wrapping paper roll so I could make it into a scroll. And I thought I could do it this way when I first started. And we started with these slow lorries. But the paper is this far into my lap, hanging over the edge, and it's getting bent. So what I did is then I turned it this way, and so now I'm drawing on it this way. So all my drawings go, have the scroll roll out this way. I know it's a lot of paper for like no price, right? So yeah, so I'm just going to roll it out and show you what we have so far here. The baby owl, there's the octopus. The octopus is quite big. See, this is 30 inches wide. And oh, and by the way, I don't see Linda here, but Linda sold her Pedro painting. Hey, Eileen. So yeah, she sold Pedro, which was great. I thought that was great. So then we wrote some little notes about him and everything. And then here's a deer, a raccoon. A little sample here of how pencil versus going over acrylic. There's a little sample. Then just, we'll doodle or whatever comes up on here. It's not a precious thing. It's just doodling, writing, drawing, sketching, whatever, you just got to make it fun and not worry about it. And, you won't worry about it if it's on a scroll like this. Okay, Cass. You too, hon. Thanks for stopping in. Thanks, everybody, for being here earlier with the art card glue down. Yeah, I just wanted to get those off my desk so I had some room. So there we go. And then I drew this little frog over the weekend. And then there's the little ocelot that we drew for Julie Topaz's granddaughter, which apparently she really was thrilled with. So let me show you the little frog. Just one of those little green tree frogs. And so you can see it's about as big as my hand there. But that's another thing about these big scrolls, is that you have lots of room to play. You have lots of room to do whatever on, you know? Yeah, I know, Carrie. Now, I haven't drawn, there's not a squirrel on here, Carrie. So I really don't know what I want to draw today, but I know I want to draw on the, so let me just get my little bottle of water there and kind of hold that. Might make too much of a reflection. Groggy the Froggy. You girl. So anyway, and let me keep some here for the camera to focus on. Always a good idea. So I don't know, I can look at my animals that I have saved to draw and see what we can do. But I thought that would just be something, you know, I did a scrapbook show last week. I did an art card show. I haven't done a drawing show for, you know, at least a couple weeks. And of course, when the family was here, you know, without, you know, being away for a while, a peacock, that would definitely take up the whole thing, wouldn't it? Let me look for a picture of one, Eileen. Let's see. Oh, in case you're watching a recording, someone asked me to draw a peacock. Let's see. Let me look one up. Using to clean your hands, what does it look like? Oh, the scrubby. Let's see if I got it in here or the bathroom. Here it is. Looks like this. It's a Ranger Crafts, and it doesn't weigh anything. It's like it weighs literally nothing. It's almost like a pumice feel, but it's like no weight to it. But it takes, you know, you get it wet, you get your hands wet and you wet it, you know, and it just takes the glue right off. Yeah, it's a Ranger Craft Scrubby. Hey, Nico. All right, let me go here. Let's see. Let me see if I can find a peacock here. And reading chat at the same time. Really, Carrie? Well, did you wet it? Did you wet it, Carrie? Or were you trying to use it dry? Yeah, no, I would definitely wet it. Okay, let's see. Let's find some images here. All right, let's see. I'd probably have to use 2 or 3 different pictures because to get a close-up of the head and then just maybe have the feathers fading off, because to have the head a reasonable size, you know, the peacock head or body, to have it a good size so you see it, to have the feathers in proportion, you know, I think I did a proportion thing of this one time before. Let me find a white pencil here. I'll show you how big a peacock is compared to his feathers. Let's see. There's an example. So if I wanted to do a whole peacock, you know, his whole feather thing here like this, I could do some different parts of one. All right, so let's just say that's the whole peacock with his feathers all the way out. The actual peacock itself is going to be about this big. About like that. I mean, maybe just a tiny bit bigger, but that's if to draw all the whole peacock with the feathers, that's what we would be drawing right there. You see? So I'm thinking that it'd probably be best to draw him, you know, fairly. Let me get an eraser here. There's I know I got at least one Ticonderoga eraser left. I think the best thing would probably do is not to draw the whole span, but a close-up of it with, you know what I mean, Vern? No, I want to draw it. I want to draw it, but I'm just saying we can't get the whole thing. So we're going to have to pick. I actually have some photographs of peacocks that I took at, what do you call it, the Noah's Ark. We have a Noah's Ark. Let me sharpen this pencil. Where they have different animals, rescue animals. They have those giant tortoises. I don't even know how old they are. They're huge. And peacocks, all kinds of things. I haven't been for a while, so I don't know what animals they have currently. But, all right, let me get my camera going straight down. Okay. All right, so let's see here. So what I'm thinking is just to draw something. Let me find a good one here. You know, just the bird real close up and part of the feathers. I guess is what I'm trying to get at. But I gotta look, I have to find something here. I also like this side view where you can see its face. I might draw a couple different, I might just play and just a few different things. A close up, a couple of feathers, yeah, something like that. Peacock feather, let's see. This one's good. Yeah, I don't know yet. I'm still looking at pictures. I want something, one of the bright, colorful ones, not the more brown ones, which I guess it's the male or the female. But I don't want that micro. Let me take a sip of coffee here, guys. So, there's some feathers. Like that. I'll just pick a few different ones. I love drawing feathers, actually. All right, let me go back to peacocks here. Yeah, they have lots of good side views, close-ups of their head. That's a good one right there. Maybe I'll do a close-up of the head and then, you know, some feathers. We'll see. Still looking for a minute. But if you're watching the recording, I'm just asked somebody what they want me to draw, so I have to take a minute to find some different references. That will work. To play around with. That one's a good straight on. Okay, I got about 4 or 5, 6 different ones, so we'll go with those. All right, let's see. If I need more, I'll go back and find more. All right, let's see. Let's go ahead and start with the body, like with the side view, maybe, or, yeah. All right, let's just do a few sketches here. All right, we'll start over here. Let me see if I can get rid of some of this, because it's going to be... And again, I'm just using a white Prismacolor pencil to sketch this out with. And well, any color pencil really doesn't erase well, but I found that the Ticonderoga black erasers work really the best. So, and I don't have to get every bit of it off, just don't want it in my way. Okay, so for instance, let's just start with just what his tail, I mean, how the feathers and all that flow out. So if he's just looking a little off to the side here, His little beak a little bit longer like that. It has like a little pointy cap head. So he kind of looks, it does kind of look like a turkey actually. A blue turkey. All right, so anyway, yeah, his body comes down like this, but what I want to kind of capture is some of the close-ups. See, I can't, if I put the whole body in, then you can't get to the feathers. I mean, they won't fit. But, so he has all these, and I know there's a Japanese design that kind of, maybe they adapted it from, let me just kind of sketch it in, adapted it from the Peacock, or maybe a fish scale. But it kind of reminds me, it could go either one that has that design that overlaps. It's like this design here. It's like this design. And there's probably a name for it, but it kind of looks like fish scales. Or the peacock feathers that are right behind. The big feathers, the big fluffy feathers, flow out of this. You know, they flow out of this. This like back piece, main piece. Let me get a better, my pencils need to be sharpened. Let me get another pencil here. Is that Jean? Just kidding, just kidding. All right, let me sharpen this up. All right. I know, y'all it's going to be fun for y'all to meet each other, isn't it? If you're watching the recording, some of the girls are talking about their meetup. And this one has a sticker from Hobby Lobby still stuck on it. Let me work that thing off there. Price tag, which I think they stopped doing. Putting those price tags wrapped around with 5 coats of Scotch tape where you can't get it off and you can't sharpen over it. Anyway, so some of the girls are going to UK, meeting up with some of the friends over there. It's going to be awesome. Darcy and Happy Dye and Sister Woman. And I don't know who else. One second, I got to get this Scotch tape, 3-row wraparounds here. Did I get it all? I think so. All right. Yeah, there's another angel that's Cheryl. There's Cheryl, and there's, oh, now I gotta sharpen it. Good grief, guys. Orla and Cheryl are angels. All right. So anyway, they're much tinier down here. They're like tiny little, the design is very tiny down here, and then it gets larger as it gets closer to the end. And there's really not this harsh line here. I just put that there for to follow along. That's going to be so cool. Y'all have a great time. Try to take pictures. I don't know if y'all can do any kind of streaming or anything, but make sure and take pictures. And then it kind of starts going a little bit this direction because of the way he's kind of facing, I think. So we'll just do a couple sketches of this and a few bits of color to kind of indicate. And of course he has his big plume here. I can't see how many exactly on this picture. I'll have to look up another one where he has his plume right there. These get bigger and bigger as they go along. But they overlap like this. Hey, Moomy. I know the girls are getting excited to get to meet you and whoever else is able to. I know Fiona. That's going to be so neat. Really is. So it's kind of overlapping. And they almost look like they're starting to stack. You know, almost like they kind of stack up when they get closer here. When they're way down here, you can't, it's all just kind of like jumbled. You can't see really a direction they're going. But then they start to not overlap. I mean, they're still overlapping, but they're not staggered. Up here, they're more straight on. So I guess it just depends on how much it's spreading out. I know y'all probably can't see much of this because it's so tiny. But I don't want to zoom in too much because then when we do something large, you won't be able to see it. Yeah, I'm sure you are. So anyway, we'll see. So there's this that is right behind the body. It actually is a little thinner. Let's see, here's we'll throw a little color on there in a minute. So let me kind of tighten up the sketch here. We did do some ideas for some fantasy animals with a peacock in my big Mama Jamba book, in this book, the very big sketchbook. But I don't remember what we had decided on that, so I'm just going to play here. All right, so let me go to another picture that kind of got a close-up of the head there, or the face. But I just kind of want to show how it's kind of going. Okay, and then these feathers here, each one has like little baby feather fur, you know, like little hairs coming off of those. And then these look like, let's see if I can draw one kind of close up. Each one of those, they're all overlapping each other though, so you don't get a real good view of them. But they look kind of like triangles, and they overlap. There's quite a few in there. They overlap. But they look kind of like this. There's the, like where the feather comes in, and it comes like this, and then we'll have to draw a couple, kind of like that, and then it's dark down there. But this is what each one of those look like. And then, let's see here, let's maybe over here, well, let me try to squeeze it in down here because I want to try to draw a couple actual peacock feathers over here. Because this is where they come out, so I'll try to squeeze in a couple there. But his actual, let me get a close-up of his eye here. Maybe. Let me sharpen the pencil again. And then we'll get some paint out and kind of put some details so you kind of see some color and stuff. Maybe. And his head is it's real nubby. I mean, I'm not sure what makes it nubby. Is it just the feathers that are real condensed? Or is it like, you know how a turkey has those like nubby bits? Nubby bits? Okay, so let's see if I can just put in an eye over here. Let's see. Try to draw an eye or part of his face over here. So that we get a little bit more close-up detail. Because since he's so big, you know, you have to kind of break him up into sections. Gotta kind of break up the old peacock in sections. I mean, I can draw him real tiny, but then you won't see me draw anything. You won't see any detail with him, you know? So, So sometimes on stream it's a little tricky when you want to get detail, but you want to get the full bird. And his little nubby head. I don't want it to look like that's connected there because it's not. All right, let's see what we can do with this much. Y'all still with me? And the things come out of his head back here. The feathers. Let me make sure my chat's. Hey, Linda. Eileen, I think I said hi to Eileen. Everybody else popping in. Okay, let's see what we can do with this and this. And, oh, well, no, I still want to draw a couple feathers. I mean, the actual peacock feathers. Did I save any of those? Let's see over here. Let's try to squeeze in. So the feathers start coming out. You know what I think this is? I think these are the baby ones. These are probably, you know, see, I learn all this as we go along. I'm not a, what is it, a ornithologist? But I'm thinking that these feathers grow out into these other ones. I think that maybe as these grow, this is like grow, these are the ones that grow out. Okay, let me make some notes. To the large feathers. Like in other words, are these the baby feathers to these? All right, because then they start, you know, that's what I'm thinking. That's what I'm thinking, Vern. And they are kind of staggered in some cases. I don't know if that's always, but okay. Peanuts make me upset. Flamingos make you upset, Eileen. I don't know about the peacocks. Girl, you cracked me up. Okay, so they are kind of, let me sharpen my pencil again. Okay, so they they have a few different layers. Maybe we'll do one. Let's see. Let's go ahead and draw one over here by itself. We're going to try to get as much info in here as we can about peacocks here. All right, so where am I going to draw? Right here, maybe. A close-up. Okay, so I'm going to try to draw like a close-up of one. It's kind of flashing out. Let's see if I can move over some more. Back over here for a minute. Okay. All right, so they kind of go like this. Let's just get the sketch of it in here. Hope y'all can see. Okay, so it's kind of got this ovally shape, which is what I was drawing over here. They're kind of an ovally shape, but they taper off. And then they kind of round off for one color here. Kind of round off one color. And on the inside, it's almost like a circle. And then on the inside of this circle is kind of like a, almost like wing looking thing inside there. This is the blue, the turquoise part. That's the dark blue part in there. Then this part here has a brown area around that. Then there's a light green. Let me get my... Then there's a lime, like a lime green around that tapers down. And then all of these feathers are kind of like a mixture of green and kind of a tealy color. Let me go up. But the feathers all grow out from a central stem. It's like this is all one long feather thing, but it's like it's all connected, but it changes colors. I don't even know if y'all can see anything. Sorry, guys. Can y'all see anything? Make sure. That you can? Okay. Some of the colors change depending on the light. Yeah. All right, so what I want to do now is I want to get out these colors and I'm going to work on all of them at the same time, all the different elements. Okay, now let me go back to this one here. No, that's not it. Here. Oops. Because you're not going to see, I got to sharpen my pencil again. You're not going to see this much detail in this. From, you know, our perspective that we're doing here. So what we got here is, we got these oval-y things, almost like egg shape. Let me go ahead and kind of sketch those in a little bit. More details. And they go like, you know, they fan out all the way around. And there's much more layers of these. I mean, it's not like y'all haven't seen a peacock, but when I'm working on it, it's like I'm wanting to describe what I'm seeing, you know? So that's why, it's not that I don't think y'all don't know what they look like. I'm just talking it out while I'm drawing them, you know? So these are kind of egg shape here. But I bet that's what these are. These grow into these. See, now I want to go look all this stuff up. I'm going to make the grandchildren do that. Let's go with this one a little smaller here too, so I have more room. You like the way I talk it out? Okay, well, good. All right, now I got to pull out a bunch of, and I'm just going to use my craft paint. Let's see what colors I'm going to need. And we'll try to work on, you know, a little bit of all of this, different parts of it. And again, I don't know if I can get maybe a little bit close up of this. This, it kind of overlaps at the base. Down here, they really overlap a lot. But as it comes out farther, they start stacking. So in other words, they start doing this as they come out and get closer to the edge here. They start doing this. All right, so let's see what we got. All right, let me get a couple of paint palettes here. I'm going to need a lot of citron, I think. No, they don't what? Annabelle, they don't grow out of this? Yeah, there's a little bit of a lag, guys. So when you say no, yes, I don't know what you're talking about. Okay, and then I'm going to need probably a nice, almost a true blue. And this one's almost out. And then I'm going to need more of like a Prussian blue on some of the darker. And I might need to blend some of that, make my own color for that. Let's see, what else do I need? I know I'm going to need some black and white, which is over here. I'm going to try to keep it to as few colors as I can. Some black, white. All right, let's see what other colors are in him. Let me get another different picture here. It's kind of a tan color. It's a little bit, it's not quite tan, but it's like a raw sienna color, but lighter. So I might add a little bit of white if I need to. On the inside, the brown parts. And then it's kind of like, it's not exactly teal. It's more of, it's actually is more of a blue in their feathers. It's almost more of a true blue, but it has maybe just a touch of a teal. Not that one, here's that one. Let's see. Might kind of blend in the two. This is a Calypso blue. It's kind of a teal blue. Let's see if I need it. Come on. But it's much brighter than that. All right, then I'm going to also need like a almost like a bright green that'll be kind of blended down with the what do you call it? Citron. So this is just I think a true green, Kelly green. Yeah. Maybe a little bit of olive green where the feathers end. I wish I had a peacock feather right here with me. I don't have one. Gave them all away. All right, let's see. That might be good. Maybe we'll start with this feather over here so we could get us a good base going. So let's see if I can move everything over this way a little. Move the coffee. Don't want to spill that. His tail is for balance. When his tail, the smaller feathers cover his body. Right. I figured that they had other purposes, but do those smaller feathers grow out into the larger ones eventually? I mean, like, does he reproduce the small feathers and they just continuously grow out and become the big ones? All right, let's see. Let's just work on this for a second. Keep rolling the scroll over this way. Get some water closer here for a minute. All righty. A few brushes here, my pencils. I'll try to keep this somewhere handy so we keep our focus, camera in focus. All right. All right, let's see what we can do here. With these. I'm just going to start with a small flat brush. They don't become the big ones. Okay, thanks. All right, so I'm going to start with the right in the middle here with the darkest part. Maybe I can try to zoom in. Now, if I zoom in, I'm going to really have to keep rocking the scroll back and forth so that you can see it. Hang on, I got incoming mail froze me for a second. There we go. Hopefully you can see this. Maybe a little better. Okay, do my best there. So I'm just going to start with a little bit of the Prussian blue on the inside of the feather here. on those tiny, once I get one done, then I can, you know, kind of move along, but I'm really going to concentrate on trying to get it right, the first one. If you have any questions, just put them in caps. Okay, so now what I want to do is kind of mix a little bit of that true blue and a little bit of the Calypso blue, but I want to add a little bit of white because it's a little bit lighter than that. I actually just don't have that bright, you know, I can't, let me see, maybe if I add just a little bit of green. I'm trying to capture that really brightness of that blue, but it's really, don't really have that. I'm going to just keep mixing a couple things here. I'll probably be able to do that with pencil. So after I get these base coated and I go back in with pencil, color pencil, then we can probably capture some of that brightness of this iridescence, so to speak, the iridescence of these feathers, because, you know, I'm not using iridescent metallic or paint or anything like that. But I think we can do it with color pencil shading. So I just want to block in the colors. Yeah, this is probably, I don't know if I have a better turquoise. Let's see if this one, let's try this turquoise. Let's see if that's a little better. A little bit more green. We'll try that. But really, when you look at them really close up, they're not, this part is not that turquoise. I mean, it's still a blue. But like I said, I think we can try to grab some of the iridescence with color pencil. All right, let me go back to the Prussian blue and kind of get my shape back here. Hope y'all can sort of see. You know, it's always a challenge, guys. Trying to get, you know, get on camera. But we're gonna go in there with color pencil. This is just a base coat. I'm just trying to get the base coat color correct. All right, so now I'm gonna go in here with the little sienna, which is right around and comes to a little bit of a point down here. It's almost, you probably looks almost like the color of the paper, pretty much. That's true. You can't tell if it's on camera if it's true colors as well. That is another thing. All right, then we have let's see, I'll get this brush. We have a nice lime green outline around this. This is like citron. And I'm not doing any of the little feather shading yet or any of that. Just trying to block it in. Gets a little bit more Kelly green or true green, you know, around the base here. Gonna blend that in. And again, I'm not zoomed in a whole bunch, so. All right, so there's that color. And then it kind of goes into an olive green around here. These feathers are kind of an olive green. With almost a little bit of, and again, I know I'm almost out of yellow ochre. I'm just looking at the colors and trying to kind of base them in. That's a good question. Well, Eileen's asking, are the feathers always the same color on every male peacock, or do they change with where they live? I don't know, Eileen, because, I don't know. But I've never seen a big variation. Now, some of the feathers I notice have more brown in them, like this part has more brown than green. But I don't think this part, they always look the same with these same lime green, teal kind of colors around. I don't know. It's a good question. You need to find that out for us, Eileen. It's got just a little bit of a point right there, just a bit. Okay, and then it's got more Kelly green. I'm just looking at these particular feathers. I'm looking at one feather picture. There could be, I'm sure there's a zillion feather pictures. I'm just picking out. I'm just picking out this one. Okay, it's got a little bit of a blue and green in this area. And again, I'm going to go back over all this with pencil. I'm just base coating, underpainting it. Underpainting the colors. And I'm just kind of looking at, there's some little bit of teal in there. There's a little more olive. And then it kind of lightens up toward the end into more, and we'll do this again with, more pencil. Lime green tips. And they look really wide now, but there's probably going to be like 3 or 4 pencil lines in each one of these. Each one of these brush strokes. So it's just the, base coat here. Just to get something down to go over with pencils. You got to have patience. Patience. It takes a little while to do these. It takes a while to do any kind of, painting and pencil shading. At least it does for me. I kind of like to hurry so that you can get a full something in a stream, but at the same time, I want it to look, decent. All right, let me go back in with the lime green around this edge here. It's really not a perfect, it's like feathers, they're growing out, they're not, but to get the idea of the shape, there we go, kind of like that. And I'm kind of at an angle here too. All right, so that's just kind of the underpainting of this. And this comes down here really olive as well. All right, so that's just, our base. All right, so now let's go ahead. It's going to make me want to sing that bass song. Don't make me sing. Okay, so, and then in each one of these, it's the same thing. So I'm going to just try to block them in a little bit. Now I got to scoot everything back over this way. Okay. I think you can still sort of see my water. I don't want to spill the water for sure. You can sort of see that one. As we work our way on this one. All right. So let's just start with don't know if this is fun for anybody to watch, but I'm having fun. Oh, I'm having fun with it. And there's many more of these. They're kind of spaced out, but they go way, I mean, you know, they go all the way out past his body. Let me see how many layers I can see. Oh man, let me go back. I don't even know if I can see a full one. I didn't save a full one because I wasn't going to draw the whole thing, but I don't know how many layers they go out. Okay, good. Thanks, guys. You know, you don't know, you know, if this is interesting to people or not. Okay. So again, I'm not sure how many layers these go out, but I'm just doing this many. All right, so then we have these feathers. Oh, well, let me go ahead and just keep working here. All righty. You probably won't be able to see too much. I'm going to go ahead and get the little top, thin tops on each one of these. I don't know how much you'll be able to see. Does it look too dark? Let me know. I'll try to brighten it up a little. It's hard for the person doing the video to tell how bright or dark it is sometimes. Okay. Just get the paint based in. Lots more than 10. Oh, yeah. But I mean, how many out does it go? I mean, if you see a picture, like I know there's just that many here, but how far out do they go? Like 1, 2, 3, 4, you know, how far out do they go? That's what I was wondering. Remember, I'm just doing like studies of parts of the peacock, not the whole thing, because we won't be able to see anything. Well, it's not a full peacock, it's studies of parts of the peacock. So, I mean, pretty much if you want to do paint or draw anything, just go practice it. You know, just go find a picture and do one. Sketch it out like I did here. You can sketch it out in white, or, you know, if you're on white paper, then sketch it out in, you know, a dark, you know, darker. But you don't want to do something so much you can't erase or cover up. You know, I can cover up most of this with paint, but okay. Hello, Fairy Treasure. Anybody else popping in? Okay. Let's just keep going. Keep going. Now I want to get some of the tan. Let me just kind of lighten up a little so it'll show a little better, maybe. The sienna color that's around the next layer. That's not going to show up, I don't think, because it's almost the exact same color as the paper. But It'll show up when we get the green around it. It actually just needs a little bit lighter. It actually does need to be a little bit lighter, I think. Okay. And of course, if you're doing, a real, like, you really want to get the detail exact, and I'll take more time. I'm not taking that much time here to like do a painting of a peacock. All right. This is my sketch roll. So you kind of can get some tips or some ideas maybe. Oops. But I'm just having fun with it. Okay, got a little bit of the brown. Now we've got to get a little of the lime green. And again, I'm going to add a little bit of the white to the lime green because lime green is so translucent. I might have to actually put a couple coats on here to make it kind of show up. I don't know. Like this one already needs a little bit more because it's kind of soaked in. All right, so it's kind of like their egg shape. Just a little bit of the point on this part of the green. Again, I'll probably have to do a couple coats because it's not going to go over the brown paper very well. I'm trying to get it to show up. But thanks everybody for stopping in. Don't forget Barb streams at 2. It is Friday, right? We'll get this in and then we'll do a little bit of pencil on some of them. I don't know if we'll, do pencil on every one, but you can get the idea. Barb streams at 2. Is Barb here? No, I don't see her. She streams at 2. So I'm going back over a couple of times over the lime to make it show up because it's kind of sinking in, getting lost in the brown paper. But we're getting there. We're getting a few blocked in, right? Essence of peacock feathers, as Blade would say. I haven't been able to be at some of his streams lately either. Hubster flew out for a couple days on business, just flew in last night, so I couldn't make it last night. All right. Go one more little bit of coat on the tops of these to brighten them up just a little bit more. All right. All right, now I need to darken up that brown just a little. It's a little bit of a shadow kind of underneath there. Same for this one, it's a little darker right under there. He did CB. I'll have to go back and watch it. Yeah. All right, now we need some bright green with some olive in it. So let me go ahead and put some half olive, half kind of Kelly green here. Let make me a little sort of mixture here just to get a undercoat. I don't want it too bright green, but I want it more. Let's see what this one does. That's pretty good. Because it kind of almost encircles it. Kind of an egg shape there. Let's just get those encased here first, and I'll go back and shape them up. Okay, it's getting a little dry. I like these shapes around. This. Like that. All right, now let me kind of tighten up a couple of them a little bit. Well, let me go ahead and get some. I'll let that set for a second so that I'm not, when the paint's wet, you can blend. But if you want to layer, it has to be dry. And I want to do some layers, you know, like sharpen that up. And if I go on it with wet paint, it won't take long because it soaks in pretty quick on this. But it'll just move the paint around. I don't want to do that. Another question, do peacocks molt in the spring? I don't know. They do lose their feathers because you find them all the time. All right, so now I have to decide how I want to do, like, because a lot of this is very see-through. A lot of it's not like solid here. You'll be able to see through this. So I'm wondering, before I do the feather, this part, before I do this on these feathers, if I should have some white in there, or is the what do you call it, the paper going to be bright enough, because you see through them, you know, the feathers, the feathery parts, these things right here that are very flowy, these things that are very flowy, they're very see-through. But I'm thinking if I just can do something like that with the white, that will take care of that. Rather than trying to paint white back here, I think I'll just go with this kind of look. You know, where the little feathery things are kind of just flowing out and over on it like that. That might work on the brown paper. We're going to go with that. Okay, so let's keep going here. All right, so now I need a little bit more colors of, you know, like a little bit low. I don't know if it's really that color. Let's see. But I want these now to kind of flow a little bit. I want a little bit of flowy. If I'm going to go over them with the white pencil to make them look feathery, I have to have an underpainting here to go on top of with color pencil. So let's just go ahead and just put a little bit of more base coat here. It's not real sharpened up or anything. I'm just kind of figuring out where I want the feathers to go right at this point. Again, my paint's getting a little dry. A little more olivey color there. Because I have to have something for light colors to go on top of. I don't know if I know I'm kind of repeating myself. I'm just kind of talking it out as I work it. Talking it out to myself, and y'all happen to be here. You know. Well, maybe when I start working more on individual feathers, I can zoom in a little bit for more detail. But if I zoom in, you won't see all this, you know, which is the base coat for them. There we go. That'll work for now. Okay. And it probably just looks not very good yet, but it's no detail. Okay. All right, now these feathers in here all have a lot, it's like almost all, they're almost all lime green. So I'm just going to start by putting, oh, can't see that. I'll start just by putting the lime green little loopy things here. And then you could go in, you have to go in with a color pencil and put detail on each one of these. But they have to be blocked in. If you're gonna use this technique where you do acrylic paint underneath color pencil, you have to have the base, you know. That base, just that base. Don't make me sing. Okay. So I'm just going to kind of block them in a little bit. But it just takes time. And you don't have a lot of time on a Ustream. This may have been too ambitious for a 2-hour show. You know, it's already gone on 2 hours. I mean, I can go 30 more minutes. That you only get to about, sometimes it's 2 hours and 40 minutes before you have to start another one. I mean, you can stream as long as you want, but you only can do it in segments of about a little less than 3 hours. So I might try to have been pushing it to get this much done. And then they start stacking. Bye, Vicky L. Thanks for stopping in. Anybody else? I know we all come and go at streams, just the way it is. That's why we try to record, because not many people can be at every stream for 3 hours, that's for sure. I know I can't. So I have to break my video viewing pleasures up into segments too. Watching them, I mean. All right, so just kind of start stacking on top of each other as they get farther away. They look kind of like this. The water. They look kind of like this to begin with, so let me do a couple over here. Close to the body, they're tinier and closer together down here, like right down here at the body, right along the body. They're real tiny. And I have to put a couple coats so it shows up on the brown paper. We'll get there, we'll get there. Thanks, guys. Okay, so anyway, back over here, they kind of go like this, close up at the body, but then they start stacking on top of each other like this. As they go up, they start stacking, kind of like that. But I'm going to go ahead and base these in. Because I want all the different, like, little studies of different parts of the peacock by the time I get done, which I probably won't get done on stream, but I'm going to try to do as many as I can. Different parts, I mean. Okay. I really kind of need to do a straight on shot of his face too. I probably won't get that drawn in right now either. I mean, what do you call it, painted in, but let me see if I can move over and get I got kind of an angled shot here. I'm going to do the eyes, but like looking straight on at him. And it's weird that these I wish I knew more about the names of parts of the bird. The lumpy parts, it almost looks like a brain. I'm gonna write that down. Where's my So we could do a fantasy piece where a peacock his brain is on the outside of his head. See this next right here. Oh, sorry guys, let me roll it up again. Here we go. Because this whole part right in here is all, looks like a brain. But this kind of looking straight on here. This beak comes up around it. And then those things come up there. I just wanted to look at it straight on. Okay, so then, but back over here, just working on different areas at different times. See this part up here, it's all lumpy. Like, it's all lumpy. Yeah, I guess that's, you know, it's like the comb. I guess it's called the comb, like on a rooster or whatever. but it looks really, really lumpy like. I don't know, guys. I'm just, seeing telling you what I see. All right, so let's go back over here to this bird for a minute, or this face. I'm going to just kind of jump around. Let's get his eye blocked in. He has this kind of white part comes down and it just goes right into his beak. So I'm not sure. Again, I wish I knew more about birds and things. I guess I could look it up. But what the different, anatomy of the bird is. I should just stop talking about it because I don't really know about them. I just, work on painting and playing with them, right? Because all this down here is very iridescent. Just kind of scruffing it in with this little brush. Get some color on there. Kind of where the colors are. Where the color changes are. Which you can get more detail with the color pencil. Just block it in. His head feathers are short and curly. Okay, so they are feathers. Okay. Thanks, Annabelle. The feathers, those are feathers, not like, again, I don't know if that's the same thing that's on a rooster. The crown, I don't know. Is it feathers on a rooster too? But they're like little curly. But it looks like a brain. I mean, I know it's not his brain, guys. I know it's not his brain. I'm just saying it looks like the shape's a brain. Oh my gosh, I'm getting so many comments on the brain of a peacock now. We'll go in there with some color pencil here in a minute. Get a little bit more brown. Males do seem to have their brains. Girls. Okay. All right, let's just start with that here. Of course, his neck is really long and everything. I'm just going to I'm going to stop with that so I can start working on, I'll put some pencil in there. I appreciate the way you break the parts. Oh, okay. All right. Well, I mean, it's kind of fun, you know. Again, let me go back up here. This one you won't be able to see as much detail in, where's this one's face? This one's, you know, we're just going to kind of, we'll just kind of block this in because you won't see too much detail here on him. It's just kind of like, I don't know, it's just like a little bit of, you know, feathery stuff. All right. It's just blocking in because we have to. His eyes right there. I don't want my sleeve in the paint. We'll go back in here again with some detail with pencil. Whoops, I didn't mean to do that. I didn't mean to do that. All right, let's stop with that for a second. Oh. I know y'all are giving me all kinds of information on the I gotta let that dry before I can go back over it. Giving me all kinds of information on the peacocks, but I'm not able to read every one. Does Hubster ever sit in here with me? No. If I'm in another room and he's in that room and I'm drawing, he'll kind of glance over. But does he ever come in here and sit? No. Nope, nope, he doesn't. He loves what I do. Don't get me wrong. He's very supportive of my art. Don't get me wrong. But does he sit here and watch me? No. Let's see. Let's get a little bit of okay. So I'm trying to work on a whole bunch of different areas, so we're just moving all around here. Okay, let's do, I do want to show this, one of these feathers. They're the little tops of his head here, they're very dark blue. So they look kind of like this. And then they kind of go off into a kind of a tealy blue. A little bit more teal than that. With a little bit of white in it. Hang on. You're hearing my arm is on the bottom of the scroll. That's what you're hearing there. Question, I know it seems like a lot, but I have no idea what you're telling me, Fairy Treasures, on hormones. I have no idea what you're talking about. Sorry. I must have totally missed something else you asked me. I have no idea what you're asking me there, Fairy. Sorry. Okay. Okay, so there we go. We got a couple of base. All right, so because I need to have, I'm gonna have to probably make this a part two. I guess what I'll do is, get all the painting part done, and then we'll do the color pencil detailing in another part. And I still got a little bit of time, but I can't do this all in another part. So, thanks, Carrie. Okay, she wasn't talking to me. Okay, gotcha. All right, sorry. All right, so I think that's what I'll do is I'll continue working for a few more minutes on painting. Then I'll do another part where we're going to go with color pencil and do the detail. How does that sound, guys? Huh? Does that sound good? Because, yeah. What do y'all think? What do you think, Vern? And so then also, it's almost this color though. It's almost this color. So I probably won't paint in, but each one of these little feathers has a tan color. Okay. Okay, thanks, Fairy Tree. Yeah, don't cap it unless you're talking to me. Because then I think I missed something. Yeah. Okay. All right, so I think that's what we'll do. We'll go ahead and I'm still trying to think of how I want to do that background with those feathers. Because it's on brown paper. I think it'll be good with the brown. I can do that with color pencil. All right. So let me just kind of look here at everything we got. I did kind of want to do a little bit. Let me paint this face in. A forward face. I mean, just let me get a little bigger brush, do it a little quicker. Does that sound like we, yeah. Because I don't want to have to stop the recording mid detail. This is just getting all the background in. I think that would probably be best. Okay, so, but real quick, let me go ahead and let me block in his head. Oops, can't see. Looking at it straight on like, you know. But a peacock would be a great one to do a fantasy, some kind of a fantasy animal with, you know. To do that, a poster, you know, one of the animal posters that we do. I say we because if you're here, I say we're doing it together. Let me roll it up a little more. This is his neck. So we'll get this base coated in a little bit. It needs a little bit more green, but it's just a weird color. They're not green, they're not teal, but they're not pure blue. And so it's the iridescence of it that makes it change, you know? Yeah, I could do that, Carrie. All right, let me get a little. Just going to indicate where it is for now. Yeah, tell that to Jean. I need some PBOs, those iridescent colors, Carrie. Yeah. Well, since I'm going to go over it with color pencil, you know. All right, so let me look here and see if there's anything else I need to get painted in with these bits. I think I got everything kind of painted that I want to paint. You know? At least, I mean, I'm going to probably need to paint some more stuff in, but I'm going to have to get in here with color pencil next to get things shaped up and refined and figure out where I'm going with each thing. So I think what I'll do is, yes, it would be full of stickles for sure for Happy Die. Let me say hi to everybody that I might have missed. Oh, there's Barb. Hey, Barb. And the Angels and Lilith, Sandy Chick. Who else I might have missed? Carla. I think I said hi to Lyndon, Lorient, Susan, Lorraine. Thanks, everybody. Erica. Thanks, everybody. Sharipa, Shabs, Tam. Colleen. And, of course, I said hi to Julie. I think I said hi to everybody. Carrie, of course, and Eileen and Sherry. But anyway, so I'm going to go ahead and I'm not going to stop broadcasting, but I'm going to stop the recording, go run, get me a cup of coffee, and then I'll come back and we can do some penciling. Again, now I can maybe move some of this out of the way where I can shift the scroll back and forth because I want to be able to see detail, and it's hard, you know. There we go. I can go back and forth like this because I can roll like this. Okay? Uh-oh, I got some paint there and I'm rolling it out. I didn't let it dry. That's okay. It's okay. All right, so I will be right back. Yes, I do have some metallic Prismacolors, Carrie. You girls, try to get that metal in there somehow, right? All right. Okay, so thanks guys for being here. I'm going to stop this recording and I'll be right back.